there's these windows that you can look down into another theater, and it was completely empty. And I was like, I swear to God, this is our theater. I was like, no. Okay, well let's begin right now so we get as many questions as we can. But thank you so much for being here. Still, did you guys have an okay time? An okay time. Average. No. I was not disappointed, but also not totally impressed. No, you had a great time, I can tell. Okay, let's take some questions. Right here. Hello. Your name's Sonia? Her mom's name. It's weird. Oh, man. You're reaching into your... It's not a gun. It's just... Okay. Oh, why don't we do that at the end? But that's really nice of you. You're like an artisan or something. Do you have that word in America, or it's fine? They've been sitting in the theater for hours. It's sort of like creative person. Back to Sonia. Okay. What a great question. Lead into while you answer Sonia's question, I'm gonna go down inside her shoes. Sounds good. So the question sort of loosely refers to homosexuality in India, which you may or may not have slept through the second DVD, which was about India, and we don't get to touch on this very much in the piece. The two things that we didn't really touch on. One was that Tegan and I were incredibly ill and nearly died, and we decided to stay away from that in that film because we wanted to keep it positive, and my mom's there, and we're on a boat. But really, it was like unbelievable how sick. I say this a lot, but there's two types of sick. I used to know the type of sick where you're so sick you're like, I wish I would die, and then there's the sick where you're like, I'm going to die, and that was the kind of sick that I had in India. Anyways, great time though. It was really fun. Beautiful country. It was really great. but we were Vivek, who was in the film, delightful, wonderful laugh, really handsome guy, and he has a new EP out. But it came out on Friday. True, also true. But he also had a book at the time that was out, and we were going around with him to these readings that he was doing from the book, and it was about his sort of experience being Indian and being raised in Canada and whatever. But being queer. And we were talking a lot about it, and what we experienced was a lot of gay dudes in India, and a real absence of ladies who like ladies. We didn't experience a lot of that. Not experience, but we experienced none of that. We experienced none of the ladies, loving ladies in India, and it became clear to us that wasn't as popular in terms of being out. It wasn't as, I'm being funny right now, but I mean the truth is that it's like, shit's pretty wild still for girls in India if you like girls. And girls in general, it's pretty like, it's not cool, and it's really hard, and it's scary, and for guys it's a little bit better and whatever, so we were really struck by that. But they still we still had fans there, and we still had a great time, and people treated us really well, but we left feeling quite complicated about the situation in India, and so that's sort of loosely, I hope, addressing some of what you're saying. We went over there, we felt really excited to be over there, but we also sort of left feeling like, oh God, it's like there's so much to be done still. And now I just feel like I can't remember if there was anything else I needed to cover. You did a really good job. It was a really intense first question at the Q&A. The last Q&A was just like, what do you use Bumble and Bumble in your hair? I'm like, bring up the map of India. Here's where we need to start focusing our power, and we need to... Go sign her shoes. I'm gonna take a question. Another question, please. In the kind of pinkish color sweater, red sweater, your hand is still up. You're the only person with your hand up still. Yep, you. Hi. Hi, Gustin. Oh my God. I ran into you by the bathroom, so can't even tell, because it's very hard to see.
First, I love y'all's music. It's a pleasure to be here tonight. Yes.
I love y'all as well.
I
Yo.
kind of have a serious question as well.
Oh.
It has to do
These are a bummer. I like it. It's midnight, you're like, I have a serious question.
It has to do with the movie poster, actually, one of them. The one where y'all have the black eyes.
Yes.
A, why did you choose to do that? And B, do you have any concerns about what that may
Totally.
Oh my
That's a really great question. Everyone calm down. Augustine, thank you for the question. I think it's actually a really great question, and it's something we addressed before we put out the poster. You know, I think Sarah and I felt really comfortable depicting ourselves as people who may have just beat each other up because we're twin sisters. We've also done it. We also have beat the crap out of each other a lot of times. And I think that, you know, we talked a bit about this in our last Q&A, but, you know, Sarah and I look at this DVD as almost like a bookend to the last decade of our career. You know, we've put out 6 records and we've toured now officially for 11 years. And we sort of look at this DVD because it was so reflective and so introspective that this is sort of like us saying goodbye to that time and then looking forward. And one of the things that hopefully, knock on wood, that we're saying goodbye to is a period of time where we really struggled with our relationship. And I think that a lot of the media and the attention that Sara and I have had in our career has been centered around our relationship and around, you know, basically every single interview we've done for the last 11 years has asked if we fight, if we beat each other up, if we're violent, if we hate each other, if we get along. And we were sort of, you know, addressing that with this DVD, you know, that we have gone through a lot, and we've struggled through a lot, but that we've come through it on the other end, and we actually like each other more than we did probably when we even started. And when Sara brought the idea to us that we would like play with the title and push it to its extreme, like, so like the idea that Sara and I'd actually beat each other up and that we were, you know, sort of exclaiming that we like get along, that it was supposed to be kind of funny. But we did walk through it with Emmy, our creative director, and Lindsay, who took the photo, and we were like, is this going to be misconstrued? Are people going to take it too seriously? And we were like, yes, of course they will, because that's what everybody does. But that's great, and it gets debate and talk happening. And I think that in this case, because we're sisters, we felt okay about it. Plus, Sara actually did my black eye. Like, she actually did give it to me, and I felt really comfortable with that. I was like into it. So, but I think it's a great question, and obviously Sara and I are like firm believers in like talking out your problems, not hitting each other. So we didn't feel like guilty about putting that out there. So, but it's a great question, and thank you for bringing it up. So, yeah. Next question. Sara's like, I will never do a Q&A again. No, I don't care. Yeah. Hi. Hi again.
From the movie, Man's Indian film, there was a remix of North Shore.
Yes.
And being on my friend's here was actually really into it. I was wondering if there's more to get that remix.
Hey, Nick, how did they get the remix again? Was it with the deluxe? So, yeah, you got it with, if you ordered the deluxe DVD, they actually gave you the download? What did you say you didn't?
Here's the thing. I have a feeling, given the state of the internet, that probably you can probably get it, to be honest.
But if you order the deluxe edition, you get it. Do you get it on release day? You get it on release day.
So starting on next Wednesday.
And that was a Chuck Brody remix, and Chuck Brody's awesome. He's like associated with the Hester Prynne project. I don't know if you guys know Hester Prynne. Yeah, but anyway, yeah, we got the remix, and we were so into it. We were like, where can we use this? And then when we started editing the movie, Ellie asked us the director asked us for a song, and I was like, oh my god, that's a great opportunity. So,
yeah, so
you're gonna get it. Did you get the deluxe edition? Oh my god, you're gonna get 3 posters that Sara and I signed, and the Chuck Brody remix, and you're gonna get a black eye because I'm gonna give it to you. All right, another question. Yep, you waving your hand. Hi.
My question is, this 3-film movie, is it going to be you guys' last project, or will either Tegan and Sara?
You guys, okay. Just current question, sir. Guys, it's Saturday night. Everything is fine. Okay, everybody, these are some dark questions. They're important. They're deep. Everything is fine. It's not our last project. We are fine. We're just saying goodbye to 1999 through 2010. We are gonna probably make records till somebody tells us that we're embarrassing. Which is at least 10 more years. And everything's cool. We're gonna do some more